Welcome, kings and queens. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the behavioral and the psychological traits of the Black experience. Today, we are talking the kiss of Judas, one of the most devastating and soul-crushing experiences that you will probably ever have happen to you is betrayal, especially from a so-called friend. Someone who's been in your home, someone you've trusted around your children, someone who's managed to get close enough to know your fears, your hopes, your dreams. A real-life Judas, a Destiny Payton. According to Martell, he and Destiny have been friends had been friends for 20 plus years, and that's how she was introduced to his then wife, Melody Hope. Ladies, be careful. Follow this story closely. Melody had no knowledge that they'd known each other that long, and from what was shared with her, they were friends for less than that. Let's get into it.
How did you meet Martell initially? Because that was the friend you were the longest. How did y'all two meet?
Well, Huntsville's small. We didn't go to the same high school, but we were popular, so everybody knew everybody. I was a cheerleader. He was a football player. I actually dated his cousin in high school, and his cousin married my cousin. They have 2 kids together. They're divorced now. But it's a small town, so when you have people that are known at each high school, we just knew each other vicariously through that.
Okay. Now, on the season, we did.
All right. So you saw it. What are your thoughts? What's your opinion? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. How would you feel? In my opinion, the only reason a man and a woman who are so-called friends would hide a timeline of their friendship from their spouses is if they're trying to conceal something that they're not wanting their spouse to know. What do you think? If your spouse, your man, your woman introduce you to someone as a friend and you later find out that they've been kicking it way longer than what they told you, what would be your thoughts? What would be your reaction? My point exactly. Ain't no reason you can't be honest unless you're hiding something. Now, this is where the plan, I believe, got set into motion. Let's take a look.
Listen, we're going to go get us a Melotini. What is the martinis called?
Melorita is what
Oh, Melorita?
Yes, baby.
I'm excited to see Mel and, to have some one-on-one time with no interruptions. I'm so proud of you.
Aw,
I'm so proud of you. You know I am.
I know.
And this is beautiful. And it's next level, because you already know how you do. One up
Extra.
myself. One up
Extra.
yourself. So continue to do that. So, sometimes I be mad at you.
Mad at me for what?
Because I be like, you be dismissing the fact that I be like, I don't have no village. You're like, girl, you get it together, it'll come.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it ain't there yet. I'm used to moving and shaking, a lot. And I know with becoming a mother, that changes, for one. And then you find your balance. And that's where I'm at. Melody doesn't understand that. I was like, and you know why? Because we talk about, and you made a good point, I don't have my mother here, so my village, they don't understand that make my life easier is not to make it harder, difficult.
I got you.
Yeah,
So we don't work on that village.
She had her mom, she had her husband, she had his family. They were very close-knit and still are when it comes to the kids, and that's how it should be. Unfortunately, my circumstances are a lot different, and that's just my reality.
So my village, these aren't people, my mother is, and of course my brother. But
Well, I'll say this. You started out married, and y'all had 3, 4 kids, and it was Martell being present. Y'all both were sharing the duties.
Yes.
And then y'all had outside people. You had Miss Marlene, you had your mama. And so, mine is very different.
Well, mine started to look different once I divorced Martell.
Yeah,
and so I had to pull, honestly, so people who are part of my village now, they aren't long-term people who've been in my life for a long time, except my mom and my brother. Other than that, I literally had to piece my village together in the past year. I'm a little annoyed right now that my friend has pulled me aside to discuss something that's actually, it's not mandatory right now. you're pulling me away from enjoying my moment with my people that are here, which includes you. Like, we should be over here laughing, dancing, having a good time. And being pulled to the side, like, I'm just so over, like, just confusion, drama, negativity. I really be tired of for real. With you feeling like I dismiss your feelings when it comes to that, what can I do?
I feel like we need to step up more for each other. So I don't want you to be calling outside people. If I can keep the kids, bring them to my house.
But you know my kids don't be checking for you, Destiny. You know that now. You know my kids don't be
First
checking
of
for
all,
you.
Martell Jr. loves me. Boss Baby loves me to death. It's Mariah.
Well, you know, when you came to the photo shoot, all of them actually were like, oh, boring Destiny is here.
And so you should never let your kids talk about an adult like that.
So I don't really need you to tell me how I should
But you shouldn't.
parent.
Because I'm not telling you how to parent, but I'm just
that
saying.
is parenting, Destiny. Whenever you feel like you need something, as usual, as you already know, reach out and let me know, okay? And if I'm available, I got you.
And as we go forward, we are each other's village.
Well, my village, I have a village.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I
That's
do.
what I'm saying.
But I will be there for you in your village.
That's what I'm saying. So you be like, oh, you can't get a village.
Don't feel no kind of way by that. It's just that I'm kind of good when it comes to that. Destiny is newly divorced with a new baby, a new business, still trying to figure some things out. Why would I want to put extra on her to be hitting her up to watch my 4 children? That makes no sense to me. I'm not complaining about not having one, so I'm telling you, you need
But that's
me,
the
I
whole
got
point. What I'm saying is that you dismiss the fact when I say I don't have one. I am saying to
Your
you,
complaint is
I
about
would-
the
I'm
lack
not-
of a village, and all I'm
But
saying
I
to you
said
is I
was-
got you. That should be the end of it. But I got you too. But we ain't talking about what you got for me. I'm telling you.
we are talking about that.
But you're the one who said you don't have a village.
Yeah, but you trying to say that I don't have you?
I didn't never say that.
What are your thoughts? The first thing I thought is, this is a big night. I remember watching this and I thought it was the oddest of endings. And I was thinking, this is a big night. Why would you pull that girl to the side? A real friend. I'm thinking from the angle of a real friend, right? Why would you pull her to the side to talk about why she's not watching your child and why she's not contributing more to your life? I just found it odd. Why are you bringing this energy to such an important event? What are your thoughts, though? Y'all are listening in. You saw the same thing I just saw. What do you think? Am I reaching? Was it innocent? Did that strike you as odd? Did it seem like a forced beef? Like she was kind of picking? But I believe Melody caught on. And of course, it trickled down to the reunion. I think at this point, in this moment, you can see it. You can see Melody's wheels are turning. I believe her radar went up and she knew something was off and something was not right. Hence, the reason she stepped back from Destiny to get a better feel for what's up. Sometimes you're too close to it. You feel like somebody's moving funny in your life. Something seems off with your spouse and or your child. And you know if you speak on it, it's a little bit too premature to say something because you really don't have a lot other than a notion. Your instinct is telling you something is off. In my opinion, Destiny Judas Payton has always moved funny. From my observation of her on the show, from my observation of her and her lives and the interviews that she's done, hell, I feel like Bondi Blue and her team gave her the perfect opportunity to come in and clear shit up. And I felt like she failed to do that. There was this enigma about her. Initially, I thought, maybe she's guarded. Then as I began to watch, I noticed, if you're not careful, she could easily manipulate words and play off of technicalities. Like, then this past season, right, of Love and Marriage Huntsville, that mask came off, honey. And it was clear to me. she was never a friend of Melody, but in fact a Judas. Let's look at this reunion clip.
I feel like you're confused in your friendship. What is confusing you about your friendship with Melody?
Because we haven't spoken.
Why not?
I don't know. I've called her a few times.
And what has happened when you call her?
I may get a text back or not.
That's accurate. So she has called me once we wrap. I will be absolutely honest with you. First, Destiny, I'm sorry that you feel confused about where our friendship is. Because for me, there's nothing personally with you. Real talk, whenever I get done with Love and Marriage Huntsville, where my energy goes because of that, I break away, and I do it every time. I break away from everything, and I have to have my own time. Tisha, yes, that's what I said. I break away from everything, and I have to have my own time.
I think it's an excuse, but I mean, since you
Why
brought
do-
me into
Yeah,
it,
so-
because
Why do you think?
Okay.
Why do you think
I
it's
think
an
it's an
excuse?
excuse.
What excuse for what? She hasn't done anything to me.
Oh, I don't know. You know what? Yeah, let me stay out of that.
No, I want to hear from you because this is the open forum. Why do you think what she just said is an excuse?
Because the same thing happened between Mel and I. I think when Mel needs you, you're there for her. But then when she get it together, then she's too busy.
Would you say that's true, Destiny?
I don't know because I don't know. I just don't know where we are.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
We are.
How does it feel for you to hear Tisha say that about you? That's your character.
I feel like, what the hell? What do you mean when I get it together? Since I've known you, I've always had it together. And let's be clear, the moment when I did stop talking to you, when I was going through the stuff with Martell, which I've shared with you, I pulled back because I was going through stuff with my husband. That's not me having it together.
I was talking to you when you was going through stuff.
But when I stopped at first, but then remember, I stopped talking to you. And we've already had many conversations where I shared that the reason I pulled back is because I had to focus on what I had going on.
You're right. That sounds good.
Tisha and I have had that conversation. That was why I pulled back, because I had my own marital stuff. That's not things going well. So don't put me out like I'm a user. Like when I need you, I'm gonna be talking to you.
I don't think you know
so
how to
let's
be a
be clear.
real
Whenever
friend,
you don't have, and I don't think you do either,
Oh, I
Tisha.
definitely know how
But
to be
see,
a
here's
great
because
friend.
this is why. While you were over there making your little face, and you finally
I
told the
wasn't
truth about
making a
how you
face, but since
felt.
you want to comfort me, let's go. Because I wasn't making a face.
You did. See,
I
all
was
of that.
explaining.
There's no reason we should even be having
Because you said you're making
communication.
a face and I wasn't.
Okay, Tisha.
And we don't have an issue. I'm just speaking my truth.
Do we not have an issue because you just turned up real quick?
I did not.
You kind of did,
Okay,
though.
well, you felt some type of way about that because I said I wasn't turning up with what you
But
said.
once
I
you-
don't know
but
anything
once-
about your Destiny relationship.
So let me ask you this. When you see the issues that Destiny and Melody are having, can you relate to that when you and Melody were friends as well?
Not so much on the show because I think when we was filming, our relationship was over with at that time. So she was throwing dabs at me. Between her and Destiny, they was forming their relationship while we was filming. So she's been a lot nicer to Destiny than she was with me when we was filming.
Do you think Destiny's a good friend?
Yeah, she is.
Do you
That's
feel
why
like
we've been
she's been a good
friends.
friend lately to you?
Lately, she and I haven't talked not much anyway since we wrapped.
So let me ask you this. When it comes to the two of you, are y'all in a good place now?
I don't know, Melody. Are we?
I'm good. Like, I have friends that we don't talk. And
Yeah, but abruptly, like you graduated into not talking to people for a while. But if you go from talking to people every day or every other day, and then they just don't.
I'm sorry that you hurt. And I hate that you feel that way.
Well, hopefully you all can work on.
Okay. Don't leave me hanging. What do you think? Drop it in the comments because I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself on this one. Here she had the chance to share what most women do when asked about their friends. We start bragging on how long we've been friends, or even if we haven't been friends for a long time, we brag on the quality of a friendship. And, you know, if it's a short amount of time, we say, dang, we just known each other for 2 years and it's been awesome, whatever. And if it's real, most of us use phrases like, she's like a sister. I can trust her with anything. She's seen me at my darkest moments. She'll give you the shirt off of her back. But Judas said none of that. She refused to adorn Melody as a friend. Now keep in mind, we still had no idea or any clue what Melody Holtz had done for her in this moment. We had no idea that Melody had paid her bills. We had no idea that she called Melody over to talk one day, and when Melody came up to the front door, there was a pink slip. Melody remembered she had her PayPal. She put a lot of money in her account, thousands of dollars. Melody had blocked Destiny's ex-husband because he was attempting to take her child away, and Melody gave her money to pay for her lawyer in the custody battle. Melody sat there, probably in utter hurt, pain, didn't know where this was coming from, as this Judas struggled to confirm that Melody was actually a good friend to her. That's crazy. That's crazy. But she couldn't fix her mouth to utter any good that she's reaped from that friendship. Who does that? I'll tell you who. A Judas. A friend that hates you. Someone that really ain't effing with you like that. They don't like you. Because by her confirming that Melody had been good to her, she would have exposed her hand. She would have exposed herself to the Scotts. Because at that point, that tells me you're already 10 toes deep in betraying this woman. You had already picked a side with the Scotts, with Martell and Tisha. I believe during this time, when that reunion occurred, they were in cahoots to take Melody down. I believe that with all my heart. I believe Martell had every intention of knocking Melody off her throne by bringing Ariane on in hopes that Mel would leave. She would crumble. He would destroy her. And he and the Scotts would reign as the stars of the show. He would have Ariane by his side. Because at that point, that's when Ariane was very vocal about, I took your man with my eyes closed. They were coming for this girl. But God said no. Because one thing I can tell you, what's for you is for you. And it don't matter how many people come after you, how many people want your spot, want your position. They can't take it. Let's take a look at this clip. I have another clip. Destiny has a deep-seated resentment for the love and the support that Melody receives. And she believes it should be her. I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm going to get to the point. Let's take a look.
It's like people are looking at you like, well, are you a character witness for him? And just a person who doesn't know the behind the scenes, it's like, if you can't help her, then don't hurt her. And and I'm just saying, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's being presented. Okay.
Oh, it's me and Melody is this and that. I'm gonna say her name because I'm sick of it. I'm going to talk.
This lady loathes Melody. Look at this. Let me rewind it.
Stories like that, so many women suffering. It's like people are looking at you like, well, are you a character witness for him? And just a person who doesn't know the behind the scenes, it's like, if you can't help her, then don't hurt her. And and I'm just saying, and maybe I'm wrong.
Did you see how she rolled her? She cannot stand Melody. Like, she can't even control her facial reactions, her body language when it comes to Melody. And then she goes on to say, I'm going to say her name. I'm going to say her name because you brought it up. Why would you not say her name? It's not like you are calling her out of her name by saying her name. You hate her so much. It hurts you to even say her name.
Wrong, but it's being presented. Okay.
Oh, it's me and Melody is this and that. I'm gonna say her name because I'm sick of it. I'm going to talk stuff.
Right.
Stuff. I have a child as well. So
yes.
Dumb enough to believe that I'm a character witness against another woman, whatever I feel about her, is stupid. And
that's what I couldn't believe that, because I was like, she's a mother who would do that.
About it. You should know better. You should know better. You should know better that I believe somebody from the two parties have put out, because nobody else knows about any of the cases and stuff that I have going on. We're in the same courthouse. We got the same judge. So like, I'm sick of it. So people stop with a woe is, why you ain't supporting? Why would you go against it? Build me up too.
That's what hate looks like. When you cannot contain how you feel. When you don't have enough self-awareness to say, you know what, let me tuck that in. My hate is hanging out. This lady really doesn't like Melody. Destiny and Martell have been the most brazen and domineering energy against Melody. Tisha tried it, but she couldn't sustain it. She couldn't carry it. And at one point, even Tisha, see, let me tell you something. No matter who you are or what you are, you will always find your way back to goodness. So I'm saying that, don't let people stop you from being good, because even Tisha at one point made a comment on Martell's wine launch that he did a couple of months ago. And she said, all of the ladies of Huntsville, like something like, we miss Melody, where's Melody? She meant that. And I believe she meant that from a good place, because she knew Melody was good to her. But Tisha had overcommitted. She overplayed her part with this, Melody thing. But deep in her heart, she couldn't carry it through. But let's get back to Destiny and Martell. Destiny has self-proclaimed herself as having Big D energy. She thought she was going to bully her way into Melody's life. And initially, she did it with the help of Martell. Martell, people are underestimating the evil and the hate and the levels and the lows to which he will go to get his way. See, they're all on board now because it's geared towards Melody. But you just wait. You wait till that snake turns his head on you. A snake is a snake, baby. He has no honor. But Martell set this plan in motion. I believe Martell has probably talked about Mel like a dog to those other cast members, which is why they came at her so hard post-divorce. Ain't nothing worse than being betrayed by someone you're close to. The Scotts were in her home. They helped them. And this is why you can't help. And I said that with passion. They helped them. I said that with passion. Because the Scotts bit and tried to mangle off the hand that fed them. That lady helped you when you were working in a movie theater. And that's not a hit or a low blow to people that work jobs where they have to start. But that lady helped you. And Marcel, every time you can take a jab or a hit at her, you come for it. But Martell set this up. He talked about her like a dog, which is why they come at her. Okay? They knew they had his blessings, and she was vulnerable with no backup. He wanted that to happen. And now what we're seeing is the plan backfiring by way of karma. Ain't none of them just doing well. Ain't none of them doing better than any other person in America that decides, you know what, I'm going to open up a bar. Hell, you see people in your local communities doing better in business than some of them. So I'm not lying. Okay? They could be doing better, but that's that karma. Because see, you can't tear somebody down to build yourself up. Neither Destiny nor Martell has done anything significant since Melody ended her relationship with both of them. And both of them refused to accept any accountability for how they both used her and attempted to benefit from her. Oh, yeah. Yes, you did. You thought you were going to ride her coattail all the way to the bank. Destiny, be careful. While you're busy betraying and hating Melody, Martell has moved on to his next meal ticket, Sheree Whitfield. Because he's attempting to maneuver his way into a slot on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You heard it from Destiny. I just played the video where she's saying, show me the same support. This woman desires and craves the blessings of another woman. She said it from her own mouth. In a spiritual world, it's called coveting. In a modern world, we call it hating.